Luffy!
Luffy!
Did I just break your ears? Probably. And that's how loud it was in our cinema watching the new One Piece Red film, or One Piece film Red. It's to commemorate the 1000th episode, and the weekly episodes were put on hold for 3 weeks while this aired first in Japan, and it skyrocketed. It's now had 162 million on a budget of 12 million. It's doing really well, and when I went to America, I was gutted that I wasn't going to be able to watch it, but I still went to America to kind of do collaboration with Movies and Munchies, and now I finally got to watch it with my two sons, and I have to say, I was surprised. Let's talk about it. The story is set on the island of music, Ilegia, where Uta, the world's greatest diva, holds her first ever live concert and reveals herself to the public. The Straw Hats, pirates, marines, and fans from across the world gather to enjoy Uta's voice, which has been described as otherworldly. However, the events begin with the shocking revelation that Uta is the daughter of One of the things I should mention when going into this movie, if you haven't yet seen it, is that if you're not all caught up on the over 1,000 episodes, there are going to be a few things that you're going to see and hear in this going, wait a minute, but that might not also matter, because apparently this film isn't canon. It's more homage to, which is fine. What I like about these animated films from long series that have been going on for a long time is that you get to see all the characters pretty much that has ever been involved in the series, and they all have ridiculous powers. It's like they've all leveled up. So the powers that made them great, and then, you know, cube that or triple that. However much they can be powerful, like Luffy's most powerful moves, you will see him in his most powerful form. All of those characters that we've been seeing over the arcs are here because it is a homage story. One of the best things about this movie is that, and the music, which was wonderful. Ado, how do you pronounce it? Ado has performed songs featuring Yakuza, Nakati, Mrs. Green Apple, Vori, Fake, Type, Harisha Swana, Yuta Orokasi, Motohiro Hata. The songs are featured in the movie. She is singing as the character Uto in the film, and I have to say the music was a standout for me, although extremely loud. In the cinema we were the only people in the screening, in their first massive screening, like seats 1,000, something ridiculous, that was turned way up loud, so much so that occasionally I had to put my fingers in my ears and act like an old man. However, I was still able to enjoy it, but it's that sort of loud when the talking is also piercing your ears. That was a takeaway that was negative, but not the film's fault. The film in its entirety is full of emotion because it's like seeing friends again. I don't know if you could go into this film having not seen any of the One Piece. Like, if you were just going to watch an anime film, you would enjoy it for the music, you would enjoy it for what it is, but you would miss a lot of nuance and characters. The emotional beats would mean nothing to you because you wouldn't know who Shanks is, and you wouldn't know what the team have gone through to become the characters they have, or why even One Piece is a big deal, or how many seasons it took to defeat a certain character, and then seeing them team up again is, you know, out of this world. Or seeing certain marines there but much stronger, or not attack each other but rather work together, all of that will mean nothing to you. But as a fan, this definitely plays homage to the fan base. There are so many characters that you will love seeing. I remember not seeing one of my favorite characters for 250 episodes near enough because he just wasn't in the arc. So Chopper just wasn't in that arc, and I was just like, where is Chopper? He's one of my favorite. You will see Monkey D. Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, you know, the whole crew's there. Frankie, Brook, Jinbe, Shanks, Uta, Gordon. I could go on. The list is endless of the characters that you see, and I think they've really spent their budget well, between where the characters move and some don't quite move in the background. But when you get to those action sequences, they are so vibrant and full of life. It's hard to follow what's going on at times because there's so much going on at screen. It's definitely an animated film I want to go back and watch again to see what I missed, and then listen to the music. I advise, if you like this type of music, you get the album or put it on Spotify if it's not on your list already. Let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite part of the movie, because I know I'm late to the game, but I kind of just wanted to gush about the experience that I had with my two teens. One is 20, one is 16, and we loved it. Like, from the demographics, from being young teens to my demographic, to having a midlife crisis that I am now with my hair, as you can see. I loved it, and we loved it. It's probably one of the best animated films we've seen. Not quite as good as Mugen Train, but up there for enjoyability and also what it brings to the story. I'm a little bit disappointed that it's not canon, because then that emotional gut punch doesn't really have any weight to it, because it does gut punch you and it stands its ground. It doesn't try and fix that gut punch. One of the things Stephen King always says is kill your darlings, is because people always remember those characters that they love that are killed off. And there are moments in this that bring a smile to your face, because you've seen a certain character do something that is in the anime, but then the story gets emotional because they've given you some background to the character of the story, and then they are able to do an emotional gut punch, which is a sticking point to which they stick to. And I really thought that was well done. So in between the great animation style, the homage to the characters that you get to see, the way the score is put with a very popular artist that I now am a very big fan of, I think this is one to watch at the cinema. That's not a word. The cinema, and own. It's one that you'll probably want to watch occasionally, just for the fun. There are occasional standout moments, especially when it comes to the action, seeing them all work together, the heightened crescendo of the action piece, and then the animation itself goes small and cuts to a simple still. The editing techniques in this is very powerful and on its A game, because it'll be super loud, great score blaring as all our characters are fighting to save the day, and then it has the goal to go to a simple still, have nothing in the background, hits you with the emotion, and then goes back to that action. And that is what the editing is throughout the film. Highly enjoyable. I'm going to give this 5 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
You got one.
Very good indeed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.